How you
What's
feeling,
up?
sister? How you feeling, baby?
Feel good. I feel blessed. I'm alive.
Absolutely, man. When I say you were the MVP, I mean that sincerely.
You said I'm the what?
MVP. You were
Oh,
the
MVP.
MVP. Yes, man. Let me just say this over it, love. You are needed, right? I always knew you were honest female. I always know you keep it 100. I know you don't hold no punches. You're gonna say how you feel on a pilot. You know what I'm saying? Whether right or wrong, sis, delivery and all. You're gonna say how you feel, right?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Before we get into the nooks and crannies, explain to the people that don't understand this, right? That how hard the panel job is from January to December to look at battles, jot these bars down low, pick a winner. Y'all talking about choking this battle, choking in this round, taking points off this. Explain to the people that don't really understand that, sis.
Uh, it's very difficult.
Right.
A lot of people, you know, somebody said take a shot every time low say choke, and I don't think y'all realize, um, like I'm a fundamentalist when it comes
Mm,
to a lot of shit. Um, good material and being able to wrap your rounds is like one and two.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm preparing for this and I'm watching, I can't even tell you how many battles, and I gotta watch choke, stumble, mess up after choke, stumble after mess up after bad material after this. It's tiring.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's no longer fun anymore. It's not like you just watched, a bad event. I'm studying resumes. So I'm watching everything y'all did for the year. And because apparently, according to some people, it's a new day and age. Choking is okay, messing up is okay. And I explained very clearly on the panel what my choke category was. It was if you did not finish that battle clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There were full on chokes, and then there were slight chokes. There were some slip ups. Some in my actual notes that I took, I
Right,
put the actual description. But if you messed up in a battle, you got a check X in that category. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And there was a lot of sloppy work last year. It was some good stuff, but it was a lot of sloppy work, and I feel like it's I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you you was great. I'm that friend.
Right, 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 right,
I'm
right.
that friend that if you ask me my honest opinion, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Otherwise, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
Right, right.
It's very difficult going through this type of shit,
Mm,
keeping track of everything, finding what you think matters, finding your argument, watching the battles, digesting the material. You know what I'm saying? I did a bar breakdown for every battle that I watched.
yeah,
I don't know if y'all understand how time consuming that is.
that
A
shit is
bar
time
breakdown.
consuming, man. That shit is
Any fan like myself that has never taken the time to do a real bar breakdown, don't tell me about my opinion on the panel
right,
because
right.
you probably don't know the bars as well as I do because I
Mm,
literally took the time to write them down.
mm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't expect to be liked and all of that, but trust me, I did the process for sure. I for
I
sure
think
did the process.
another important topic also, Lo, is getting the 15-1 right. Like that part is kind of gotta be how hard is that process trying to get 15, 14, 13? Because let me tell you why I say that. When y'all started from 15, right, sis, it felt like it took a long time it was the Cashflow Rizzy and Jay conversation, right?
Hmm.
And it felt like that was a conversation. That took a long time. It seemed like the 15 order takes a while till you guys get it in motion and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially when the minimum is two,
Right.
3 round battles. It was this year. I believe next year Rita said she
What
was
is that, right?
bumping it up to three.
Oh.
But Cashflow Rizzy was on my honorable mentions. She
Mhm.
actually was. So I had her in the tuck anyway. I just it was certain things I felt like Jay had over her. I feel like that's kind of why that conversation went on longer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people had Jade. Some people liked Josh's argument for Cash Flow Rizzy, which I feel
Mhm.
like was valid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they both got things that they can work on. Um, and they both got things that are great about them, and they both great writers. So I wasn't necessarily mad, but I'm still gonna argue you kicking her off my list. This is my list. So I gotta argue for my person. This is a
Right.
debate. I
Right.
remember the year prior was so crazy. Not the year prior, the second year, because we had a little bit of a, it was a little unhinged the first year. So we was much more reserved the second year. And y'all hated that. They hated, oh yeah, y'all didn't even debate. All y'all did was agree with
True.
each other.
That's true. You're right.
All
I
y'all
remember
did was agree.
that.
Y'all said y'all points and then y'all agree. No, I fought for what I had to say, because it's also been times on the panel where I've been over talked
Mm.
and my opinion been immediately shut down, which is cool. It happens. This is what the debate is. But I wanted to make sure that my points was heard. And I didn't care if I had to talk over somebody. If you got to talk over me to get your point across, do it. It's a debate. I don't know why y'all act like this supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna get heated if you passionate about what you got on your list because you did the work and you studied and you feel like you are expert, just like I've studied and I feel like I'm an expert. I'm willing to listen, but if I feel like you're wrong, I'm gonna argue my point.
Mm. Wow, Jesus. That was very entertaining, man. I think let's be clear. You've done this every year for the people that don't know or do
And
know.
it be the same. That kills me, three, because every year it's always these people that be like, and who are you? And who are you? Where she come from? Where she come from? If you watch the panel, I've been here since the first one, so you obviously not tapped in to even be judging who I am or whatever. Like, you ain't even watched my progress on the panel to see how I do each year. Like, if this your introduction to me, and you think you can, like, that's just, well, you're not tapped in to battle rap enough that if this is your first, you still got to ask who I am after 4 years. You're definitely not tapped in enough to tell me what I know is wrong.
Is the whole process stressful?
Hell yeah, it's stressful. Hell yeah, it's like studying for school.
Man.
If you take it serious, like I'm sure most panelists do,
Yes.
it's like studying for school and shit. Like, I got to set time aside to do this. And then the stress of just knowing, this list matters to a lot of people in the culture. It's not just my list now. Now I'm finna go sit up here and I'm finna talk in front of the culture about my list and who I think is right and wrong. And I know that that's gonna get scrutiny. So yeah, hell yeah, it's stressful. Knowing that you picking what you want, you think my goal, at least my goal, is to try to make a list that the majority would agree on. There's some things y'all not gonna agree on that's my thing, and hopefully I can explain it well enough to where even if you don't agree with me, you understood my opinion. But I do try to make a list that's, you know what I'm saying, like, kind of everybody can feel comfortable with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I try as best as I can. I am human, but to take my bias out as much as possible. I read comments and, different things like that. But how, like, if I think something different than the majority vote, I will say that. Like with the coffee and twerk battle, this is a perfect example. I gave her an L. It is a L, but I do think that she was more competitive material wise than anybody gave her credit for. And that would be my argument in the whole thing, is that he won the battle,
Right.
but when you go back and you listen to her material and you get over the fact that she's not as entertaining performance wise, she wrote some fire shit. You know what I'm saying? She wrote some really good bars. And not to mention, we're not gonna act twerk ended his round early in the third. You know what I'm saying? So when I don't feel like stuff I say is outlandish and I didn't write it down, even though my opinion is that I could argue if I wanted to. I could argue she won. But
well, let me give you pushback on that, sis. Do you feel the general consensus feels like Twerk bodied her, right? Which I don't think was a body, it was a 30, clear 30, right? So your assessment of the battle that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lo, that you don't feel is a body, you gave Twerk the win, obviously, right? But you don't feel it was a body like some people might feel it is. Am I right on that?
I feel like it's a bad loss.
Okay.
And I'm not taking away from that. She started off her year in the dumps. I'm not taking away from that, but I do give her credit for her material.
Okay.
Coffee Brown's material in 2023 was some of my favorite. And even in that twerk battle, that material was good to me. I understand that she lost. I do feel like the second to me feels kind of close material wise. When I wrote their bars down, it's it's equal almost. Like I think I might got one or two more down for her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm crazy in saying that she wrote really good material. It just wasn't executed the way that we would have liked to see. But she took a pretty tough battle, and I did give her credit for it being her first battle back on a big stage and against someone as explosive as Twerk.
So, Lo, when did you feel comfortable, sis? When you made your 15, right? Can you give us the can you give us the day and maybe the time when you were like, okay, this is my 15 list. I feel comfortable before I walk in this building or champion. This is what I'm running with.
Um, after I watched everything that I wanted to watch, for all the ladies that I wanted to put on my list, that was mid-February, so I made the first list. I felt like I needed to take like a long break from just looking at battle rap in that type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And so the week of, I decided to watch all of the top 3 ladies battles over again, watched all of them, and kind of graded them. I did a pros and cons list the week of. I relooked at everybody that was on my list, and I made sure that I still agreed with where they were. And I think my final list was complete like 3 days before, maybe 2. But yeah, no, I did take my time with my list, and trying to be logical, and what I'm saying, stuff like that when I put my list together. Whether I articulated it the way y'all wanted me to on the panel or not, I did put a lot of thought into my list. So
I'm gonna take blame for this also, Lo, and I don't know how you feel about this also. And I'm gonna talk about Shayna Ashley for a second. Lo, I gotta be honest with you, love. I didn't even know Shayna Ashley had a battle in Cali. I'm not gonna sit in front like I knew that. I know about Froze.
You mean her third battle?
Right,
the
right.
third battle she was referring to?
Right. I already knew. Obviously, Tori, we know about that battle Froze. We saw that we saw that together, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't even know that till she aired it out that you guys didn't catch the battle there.
I'm pretty good at getting everybody work for the year.
Like that. I don't think
I'm pretty good at getting everybody work. I also I honestly, I apologize, Shayna.
Me too.
That's probably the first time I've ever forgotten or missed someone's battle totally. And I do apologize about not having that. I do feel like I do my due diligence, but I totally don't know how I missed that. And the fact that we all missed it is
across
like,
the board,
that's
though,
even crazier.
Across the board though, sis. Like,
Yeah, like, and two, I'm super cool with friends. Shout out to Let's Talk Battle Rap. So there are times that I'll even hit him up like just to double check on the things that I've already researched, just so he can give me like, and he never mentioned that battle.
If you catch that, then you know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I totally apologize. I do wish I would have done my research more and found that battle, because it would have made a hell of a difference. I wouldn't have had to have as many outbursts. It would have took away 2 of my outbursts on the panel.
Now, how much, Shane, I love you though, sis, when I say this Low, how much is that with the battle rapper should promote that battle a little more? How much percentage do I need to go there with that, Low?
I totally agree. I also say this too. I inbox battle rappers too, like, hey, I need your resume for this year. I need you to
absolutely
at least send me the names if you can remember the leagues. And it be times they don't even send me their whole resume. I've had several people send me a resume and is missing 1 to 2 battles. Battles I had already had, but I'm double checking, so I'm asking you, and you didn't even send me all your battles. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes battlers do need to do a better job at like keeping their battles on the timeline, especially the ones that's on YouTube. I know it might be old, but it don't hurt to, especially like right before WOTY. I think that, or at least by the end of the year, I think it's a good idea for y'all to drop a list of y'all battles. Also too, on y'all social media, y'all tend to delete things, which is terrible on the go back. So like I go back and I'm checking your page and you done deleted all your posts, and you got like posts from this current month, but you don't have any posts for the rest of the year. And it's like, at least leave your flyers up for the year so that whenever people are doing their research, it's not hard to find out who you battle in a year. I can just go straight to your Instagram, go straight to it. And then
Right.
once the year over, you can get rid of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I understand
Mhm.
people like to have a certain aesthetic, but it does help that if y'all promote y'all battles and talk about them, y'all don't talk about y'all battles. I see Cuban still be talking about his Tay Rock battle all the time. My dog stay talking about his Tay Rock battle.
Shout out
You know
Q.
what I'm saying? It's not nothing wrong with y'all sharing y'all
Right,
links to y'all
right.
battle over and over
Absolutely.
again, whatever
Absolutely.
music, whatever it is, because it's like sometimes it was on a card nobody. I swear to God, I cannot. When she said she had a battle, I'm like, damn, you had a battle we all missed. I don't think I don't think we've ever done that.
I-
So I
I-
apologize to her for that. But I do want y'all battlers to start putting y'all work on the timeline a little bit more. It's sometimes it's difficult to find y'all shit.
right.
And like with Jade, I hit Jade up on the timeline. I had other people hit Jade up. I'm like, hey, I really would like you to like tell me your resume just so I can make sure I got everything. I never got a response from her.
Come
And I
on,
was
Jay.
punching for her on the damn.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, Jay. What you doing? Jay?
You know what I'm saying? Mostly everybody did respond though. The ladies was very prompt at responding to me this year. Everybody that I asked, so you know, shout out to that. I was able to find stuff like even two battle league owners. Y'all y'all not that good at like on y'all flyers putting dates. Like certain things matter when we
Mhm.
organizing material. Like make sure that even if you don't like you got the main flyer and then you promoting this battle, even this battle should have at least the date on it. It makes it so much easier for us to know
Okay.
when a particular battle happened. So I check league owners pages too for flyers because sometimes that's the best way to find all the
Right.
flyers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
So,
sometimes it be things like that, like not having the dates on them and stuff like that.
so low. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right. If you'd have found out, or the coach or the panel would have found out that Shane had a third battle, we're talking 13. You felt she'd been higher than 13. Is that what you're saying?
Let me real quick. I want to look at the list because I can't
I got
remember
I
everybody.
got it right here, little sis. I got you. I'm with
I
you.
gotta
Let's
look
talk.
at the list
Let's talk.
one
Let's talk. I
second.
got my list right here. Let's look.
Okay, so Shayna fell at 13 on
Yes.
the WOTY panel list. I had
Okay.
her at number 9.
We had 9. Okay.
No, wait, yeah, I had her at 9. But everybody below her, there is only one person over her that I feel like
Vix.
uh 2 people over her I had a choke. Well, 3, 4, 4.
Okay.
But the people below had the work wasn't as good to me. Like when I looked at Shayna work, because I wasn't gonna include Shayna in my list, and the only reason was because you have to have 2 3-round battles, and technically one of her battles didn't finish. So at
Story
first
mode.
she wasn't on my list because I thought that she was off based on the technicality. So I talked to a few people and they like, yeah, no, how about Shayna belong on the list
Yeah,
and
because
fuck
that's
this.
penalizing a low, right? She get penalized if you do that.
She is, and that's what people said. So I
Yeah.
said, okay, you know what, you're right. So what I did
I
was
agree.
I moved some things
Right.
around. This was in my final week. I moved some things around.
Okay.
I had a whole different WOTY in February. Whole different WOTY.
Okay. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay.
Whole different WOTY. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't easy for me to just pick this whoever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I took my time. But so when I got to the WOTY panel, just to make sure I wasn't the only one that had Shayna and whatever, before the panel started, I asked like, did anybody keep Shayna off of their list based on the Tory battle not finishing? And nobody said that they didn't. So I kept her on my list. But I feel
Mm,
like because of bro, Shayna had 2 powerful. Shayna was so powerful in them 2 damn battles.
mm,
Like she had the culture talking. Like for her to only have, well, excuse me, she had 3 battles.
yeah.
I'm
Right.
sorry that I didn't see the
Uh,
third one,
like
but
Shay.
based on like the ones that we know everybody saw, like those 2 battles, like people couldn't wait to see, what was next for her, and I feel like it was flawless.
Mm,
her material was so potent. She just had that, like that thought mob, like she just have that like feel, like that old school feeling, for her to not be
I love
outside
Shayna,
that
man.
often and be that good. And like, you know what I'm saying? Shayna ain't been outside for no long time. She might not know how to keep up and hang, you know what I'm saying, with the new people.
She hung. She hung.
Her Coffee and Flames has some of my favorite material out of the ladies
I love
last
all
year.
three of those girls too. I rock all
And
three of
that's my
them.
thing. That's why I put her over. That's why I put her over C3. That's why I put her over E Heart, even though E Heart did body, and E Heart did body QB.
Yeah, she did.
Her
Very.
material still was good in her other battles, but
Mm.
because she wasn't clean, they've been in the game the same amount of time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
the
I'm
first one.
holding weight on clean performances.
As you
I
should.
watched too many bad ones. You know what I'm saying? To me, I didn't express this on the panel the way that I wish I would have. Chokes do fall in more than one category.
Mm.
When
Break
you
that down.
when it's consistent,
Okay.
it's gonna affect your material. You might have good material, but how is that material even being relayed to me if I can't hear how you intended for it to sound?
Chess. First person that comes to my mind right there when you said that, Lo, is chess.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the emphasis on the way you say the material. Me reading, you could,
Absolutely.
it's how you perform it too. So when you say material, you have to be able to spit the
Mhm.
material
Mhm.
for me to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like consistency, obviously. I feel like overall it's the fundamental aspect of battle rap, is to be able to get through your rounds clean. And if, like, for a good Coffee choked against Shuni, she had like a 15-second
Mhm.
choke,
Mhm.
but in that battle she was very good.
Yeah, she was. She was.
She
She
still
was.
gets a mark
Mhm.
for that, and I still talked about it, but there's a way to, like, I'm not gonna penalize her for having a choke when it wasn't consistent for her year. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When it's consistent for your year, that becomes an issue. When it's consistent for you all the time, that it becomes an issue, and we have to start docking you completely.
So we're talking
You
about
know what I'm saying?
we're talking about repeated offenders.
Repeat
Yeah.
offenders.
Okay, I got
If in this particular year you have multiple chokes, we're not talking about your whole legacy in life. We're talking about this year.
Lo, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, sis. It's almost like Hustle. She choked in her last battle, but we don't. I feel Hustle didn't get
I'm
penalized like
not
that.
about to, bro.
Hustle choked like
She
that.
said she was sick. That's not, has Hustle choked in the past? Yes. Is that
Yes.
something Hustle do?
No. No.
No, it's
Not
not.
accurate. No. No.
Why would we hang, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Of
should
course.
she get penalized for it when it's down to talk about it? Yes. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about it and discuss it, it should be talked about as, yep, you had a mess up. She had the
In their
flu, I
battle,
guess. I
right?
heard she had the flu. Like, you know what I'm saying? But things happen. I'm
Mhm.
not, if the majority of your battles, whether you got 3 battles or 7 battles, have
Mhm.
flaws in them, that's an issue. The majority of your work shouldn't have flaws. Shay Rack is higher on my list. A few of her battles got flaws in them,
Mhm.
full on chokes and or flaws. But she's higher on my list because it's less than.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? She had good work in there still. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
she
saying?
will
I
work.
do
She
feel
will
like
work.
I don't know. I feel like maybe my thought process on things is different. You know what I'm saying? That's okay.
All right. So let's go ahead with Shuni, man. Shuni at 11, right?
Yeah.
Where did where'd you have on your list?
I
11
had her
also?
at 12. I had her
Yeah,
at 12.
12.
Yep.
Okay, okay, okay. So the Shuni conversation is very interesting, right? Emphasis on the choke in a choke out of 7 battles, she choked out of 5, right?
She didn't choke, as in, I want to be clear,
Let's talk. Yeah,
because I said choke a
fumbles,
lot on the
fumbles.
panel,
Right, right.
but I explained when I said choke, she fell into that category because she was not clean in battles.
Mhm.
And that could be water sips, that could be you full on forgot your material,
And the bars
you
back.
ended your round, you brung your bars back
Mhm.
too many times. It doesn't mean all the time that you lost your battles. I'm
Mhm.
just saying that overall, to me, it looks crazy that a veteran is having that many errors consistently. And I'm
Mhm.
gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that. And anybody, like people, I was reading the comments, I don't really too much care what people think, but for anybody to say I have a vendetta against Shuni, like you literally could not know me. Like, have ever listened to New Era podcast, have ever been on my timeline. But I'm gonna tell the truth. And last year I punched for her. Me and Dude was into it.
You did.
Me and Dude was into it because I didn't think she should be as low as she was.
But Lo, do you think it was the delivery?
Yeah, it's always the delivery.
Your delivery is your delivery is A+.
It's always the delivery. But here's the thing too. It gets to the point people don't realize everybody don't have a mic up to their mouth at all times. So y'all might not be hearing the little side comments or whatever. It be times where I'm the odd man out. So you got 3 people agreeing. So I have to, I'm addressing everybody's said point. So while it sound like blah, 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 you all already gonna try to shut me down because y'all already agree. You're not trying to, this is a debate. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do? Stand down because 3 people don't agree with me? No. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? If I feel strongly about something, it's a debate. I'm supposed to be able to debate. And it's the thing, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I wish me and Shuni could have talked about whenever we did the WOTY spaces. Nothing, I didn't say anything bad about Shuni. Let's be clear. I said the truth, which was you had 7 battles and you messed up in 5. Me and him are arguing. My aggression is in this argument with him. Why is anybody feeling like it's against Shuni?
We're talking about. Who are you talking about?
Josh, me and Josh. Yeah, like me and Josh, and shout out to Josh. Love Josh. But this is a debate. We're debating. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're taking my aggression and me wanting to push this person ahead and feeling strongly about this criteria that I feel like is important, personal. So it's not, my delivery isn't to you. I'm not just on the timeline talking about you like this. I didn't go into space and I'm just on a space talking about you like this. I am talking in a debate while I'm on this panel with somebody who is debating me back. You know what I'm saying? And other people with little side comments and different stuff. This is a debate. Everybody kind of, and I'm not saying that in a shady way, because everybody kind of sort of giving their opinion when we're talking about a particular thing. So it's like, in order for you to get your point across, if 3 people agree, you gotta fucking fight.
But Lo, you did say J Black. The chess comment was kind of harsh, though, love. That was a haymaker. I said it because I was like, Lo.
Nobody is acknowledging. Nobody is acknowledging. It's me responding to Josh.
I know it's passion. It's a conversation.
Nobody is. This is the thing. Like, I don't mind. I'm not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting on a panel with people that don't take the choking situation as seriously as me, and I felt
that really bothered you a lot.
I felt strongly about it because it's like, how do we always get to this point where this is just a praise party? You know what I'm saying? Or is everybody afraid to talk about bad things? You know what I'm saying? I also feel like I get flack from people because, and this is no shade or nothing. Like, I'm not super like mingly with a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the battle rappers and stuff like that. Like, I don't really hang out in the spaces. And shout out to people who do, like, you know what I'm saying? That's their thing. It's just not my thing. I don't have time for it or whatever. But I feel like if I did, people would understand my personality a little bit more, so that when they experience watching me like that, like, they are not offended, because I'm not trying to offend you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to win this debate. You know what I'm saying? He's saying shady stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, I ain't hearing Shada for around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you also didn't. But that's like, that's me responding to like a little shady comment. It's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But we in the debate. I never tried to offend Shuni. You know what I'm saying? I wish that's my whole thing is. I knew out of this whole thing, the Shuni portion of the conversation would be a big deal. And I can understand why she's upset. I can understand why she may have felt attacked or whatever, but her name kept getting brung back up against another person. And I still felt the same way about it. So I kept saying the same thing. So it probably felt like an attack, but I only brung Shuni up one time pettily that I feel was really petty. And it was because I watched the panel back. It was there's one point where we close at the top and pause. We close to the top of the list. I think we're like 4 or 5 or whatever. And previously Josh had made him a little petty comment. So I used this opportunity for whoever I was talking about at that particular moment to be like, and they don't got 5 chokes out of their 7 battles. But we were not talking about Shuni in that moment. And that comment it wasn't necessary. But all of the other, and I apologize, number one, for that particular comment, because it really wasn't, it was me being petty back to fucking Josh. Like, it wasn't me trying to, you know what I'm saying, shade Shuni.
I felt like Josh was defending Shuni and you were defending Vixen a lot. That's
I did defend Vixen because I felt like I felt like on some things it was some downplaying. I feel like she get downplayed right now because some of her latest matches have been losses or debatable losses, right. But I feel like she's never bad in those battles.
She beat Yoshi battles,
Yeah, like she be, and so I feel like when we stand certain type of little statements, I feel like Josh kept in his opinion, he just felt like she wasn't her best self last year. But in my opinion, I didn't want him to keep saying it like it wasn't a good thing that somebody had a good battle with Vixen, or that her winning a Chilla battle wasn't a good thing because the Vixen last year as opposed to Vixen 2 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like Vixen is still really good. I just feel like she's taking some tough matches. They all away games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She still shows up 100% majority of the time. She had a little fumble in her Yoshi G battle, which I did acknowledge on the panel, that for the most part she had a clean year. She had a fumble. It wasn't that she got it right back. You know what I'm saying? But the chokes matters to me this year, and I just couldn't put Shuni over certain people. Like, I couldn't put Shuni over Shayna because not only Shayna was clean and her shit was still powerful. And I feel like as a veteran who's not outside as much,
right,
you did what you were supposed to do. You could easily have been fucking up. You know what I'm saying? You don't be outside like that. But she was super power. She was super fire. So you know what I'm saying? Like, she did what she's supposed to do. Shuni outside so much. I just feel like I expect at this point, we got to get that together. Same thing with chess. We got to get that together.
I was in the building for Hustle and Shuni. That's the Hitman card, Easy and all that. I was there, or I was there, so I get it. But what's interesting though? When you let the spaces, right? Shuni said after all that back and forth with you, she still went to run the panel. I thought that was the hardest thing I heard the whole night. After all of that, I tweeted, I said, yo, you a real one for that. Because she said, no, because you said you want me to panel no more. And I want to get to that in a second. And then she was like, they were having a discussion. She was like, nah, yeah, you got to be on the panel. What made you hit send, ma'am? Talking about you won't be on the panel no more. What pissed you off that much that you was like, I'm through with this?
I'm just tired. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like, as a
Detroit, the trenches, you gotta show you outside.
But it's like, but it's like they're never gonna be happy. So it's like, it's like at the end of the day, like last year, I think I was the last person to vote number my 1 and 2, and me and Hustle got into it because I had a freaking.
I remember that.
Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I was the last person to vote. I didn't vote no differently than anybody else. Like, why are we getting into an argument? Like, I love Hustle. Like, why, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy is this? Last year was you and Hustle. This year you and Shuni. But last year you was defending Shuni. But this year you get the Shuni.
That's what
Last
I'm
year you hustle,
saying. Like
you
people
hustle
be
in this
acting
shit.
like just because I said something that you
Hey,
know what I'm saying. If I offended you, I do apologize. Cause like
no.
I said, my debate with Josh wasn't intended to be an offense to Shuni. I did still feel strongly about how her year went, and I could have articulated it better. You know what I'm saying? But that's also too why I don't want to do the panel no more, because I don't want to. I don't want to tone who I am down all the time. If the culture can't handle who I am when we're having a debate, it's times Ty hollered on the panel at times when she was
That shit
feeling
was
passionate
cool.
about something. It's
I thought it was
times where,
forced.
it's times where Rita, was passionate. It's times where Joshua was passionate. And it's like everybody want to act like, bro, I feel like too, like it just certain shit just get blown out of proportion. I'm tired of arguing with battle rappers every year about
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
the small shit. Like it's not worth it. I put a lot of effort into it, and I feel like then your words start getting misconstrued a little bit. Like I'm not gonna say I was the most articulate, although I feel like even watching it back, I made my points pretty fucking clear. Like it wasn't just that Shuni choked. That wasn't the only thing I said. I literally said her biggest test to me was her hustle battle.
Mm-hmm.
And you lost that battle pretty clear in a choke. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is a legacy battle.
Mm-hmm.
You can win against Suge all day. You know what I'm saying? But that hustle and Shuni battle, that shit was so highly anticipated.
But it was.
You know what I'm saying? She did body Suge.
So,
I'm not
not
gonna take
sure.
away from that, but
She
when you
got shit.
we gotta weigh things out. We can't just look at just one thing on there. And I feel like I could have articulated myself better, and she may have still, felt a little bit of a type of way, but it wouldn't have been as much. But I feel like the more I felt antagonized by little comments here and there, it came off as me,
Listen,
to people not, that I don't fuck with Shuni, and I super fuck with Shuni. Just like last year, I still fuck with everybody. The second year, fucking 40 bars called me a bitch out of nowhere. She was in the caffeine check calling me a bitch. I'm like, 40, I love you. Why are you doing this? Like, what is happening right now? Like one of the battle rappers, she was in the spaces right after that year calling me ugly. I'm like, bro, I don't have time for that. Like this year, somebody was in OTFMZ comments talking about my son.
yeah,
I'm like, y'all,
no, we're not doing that.
like
Also,
y'all are whack.
went on Joe Budden podcast and called me a whole ass nigga. So,
And listen, but see, like hustle, I understand hustle in a certain extent because we Scorpios.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? We Scorpios, and
y'all feisty.
we got a lot of emotions. We got a lot of emotions, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times if we got too many feelings, verbally, it doesn't get explained well sometimes.
Low suggestion, and tell me how you feel about this. Do you think after we watch WOTY, you guys should not go in the spaces directly after the show? Should there be a process of healing across the board? Let's get our minds in, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how you feel about that.
I personally think
or we need that raw feeling right then and there as it going. And what do you think?
Just with the previous one, I think there needs to be a moment for just the WOTY panel to kind of, it doesn't got to be long, 5 minutes, where we just kind of like say at least our piece, because I'm sure we all know where there may have been a moment we could have said something better or explained something. It doesn't have to be long. And then we can allow one or two people to join. That way we're not bombarded with questions, and it becomes a conflict, because then you start to feel like you getting jumped up there. But I don't know, moving forward they can do whatever, because I'm not doing it no more.
You talking about you really not doing it?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you serious?
I'm dead ass. That argument with Shuni was just too
Oh,
much. It was just too much. I don't want to argue with nobody, and I don't want to be like
oh, come on,
I feel like if I keep seeing a lot of like people suggest other ladies to
no,
take
no,
my
no,
spot or
no,
whatever, and
no, no, no.
I really honestly hope and pray that whoever fill that
No.
seat, that that y'all are prepared. It's not
Oh,
gonna be easy. It don't matter how much they like you, they still gonna, what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot of hate for me this year.
yeah, a lot of people love you, yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's still that little bit that it's like the focus. Like nobody cared what you said that made sense at all. Like nobody, it just and I feel like these panels afterward don't nothing good come from it. Like people sit around and just can't wait to focus on the negative. Like I don't think I've ever really talked negative about a Cody panelist or a WOTY panelist. And
Mm.
I only seen a few of them at first. Sarah Connor, bro, she got over 20 tweets on her page about me. And I just as a panelist to know what panelists go through after, for you to sit there and just like keep going and going and going as if I'm even talking to you at all or about you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even giving your opinion at some point, because at some point it's like a threat behind it. Like you talking like you would do something to me based on how I talk. When we did intermissions, we were perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Like what y'all perceive on camera be so different. We done did it. Me and Dude and got into it every year. We so used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. Like I don't understand why y'all want it to be more than what it is. That if I was there, you would have did this. It's like, bro, you came on the WOTY panel and didn't even have a list, bro. She did not have a list. I'm three on my son. She did not have a list when she came in that room. And she literally said, I didn't think it was going to be this serious. But you sitting here critiquing me based on what I'm talking about, telling the culture on your page that it's a new day and age, choking and stumbling, all that. It's not that serious no more. But you the godmother. We losing recipes, if you ask me. And for you to sit on your page and slander me like so much, you going on people posting, you get in the space because they thought because I left the space, I didn't hear the space. I heard the whole space. So I heard the good and the bad. And I heard her go up there. Then she came on my tweet talking. You know what I'm saying? Like you went out your way to hunt me down, to harass me because you don't like how I talk. That's a you problem. And anybody else who don't like how I talk, aside of Shuni, because maybe she did feel attacked because there was that comment I told you
Right,
about for
right.
sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm explaining to anybody, to her especially. I was debating with Josh. That's how I debate sometimes. We were just debating about you. If we was debating about a goddamn shoe, literally a shoe, it could have been the same way. But you know what I'm saying? Just that Sarah Connor shit, bro, that shit pissed me off. That shit beyond pissed me off. Like, you about to make me crash out on the timeline when I already know it's gonna be a little bit of a fallout, but what the fuck, bro? When you got on the panel and didn't even put in no work, you came here to vibe. You know what I'm saying? I don't like shit like that. I don't like nobody going on OTFMZ page. They post whatever clips they post,
Mm.
talking about my kid and shit. Like, bro, I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah, that's.
Or
So was that the last straw, the Shuni, Sarah Connor thing? That's what.
that's the Shuni thing, yeah, because I feel like as soon as I got in the space, I wasn't even in the space for like 3 minutes before I'm immediately being questioned by somebody who's not on the panel, who I didn't even talk about on the panel.
Mm.
Which now Shuni is in the comments, listen to me and this person have another freaking debate about her. So now
Right,
she gets to come up here already like, here this bitch go again, still talking about me.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And now me and her, instead of, I've talked to women in this culture who was upset with my opinion. Me and Miss Miami had a cordial conversation last year. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Me
I
and
mean, cut your
Hustle
wisdom.
could have had a cordial
I don't mean to cut your wisdom. What people don't know, what me and you do, those private conversations, things that we say, those are private conversations be real. Well, go ahead, sister.
Bro,
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
know how to have a cordial conversation. Me
Right.
and Shuni could have talked, and I could have explained to her that my my aggression and my word usage wasn't a attack to you. I was
Mm,
talking to him, and it could have been about anybody. I was just trying to prove my point, and he
right.
was making little shady comments like the first year when I was like, I could be calm and read your life. He was calm reading. He was calm reading. I was loud reading. You know what I'm saying? People keep on saying I'm so biased towards Vixen. Three. Who was the only person voted against Vixen on the first year of the panel?
Yo, Lord, I fucking with you. Lord, I
Like
fucking
it just people just like
with
fucking with me. I was the only person on the first
you.
year that had KCJ. I
You
was
were
the only person. I fought
back.
for KCJ.
It was back.
Last year, I fought for Shuni to not be as low as she was
Mm,
on the list. She had some mess ups, but I feel like she had 11 battles. I fought for her. I
mm.
was not the only person that had it 1 and 2 the way it was last year, and I still got cussed the hell out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a victim or whatever. I know that my personality is just not for everybody. It's just not. And that's why I stay in my little corner or whatever. But I'm
Mm.
not going to lie. I'm not going to change what I feel like is important for this culture to make them feel better. I don't feel like I got to purposely go try to rub shoulders with
That's why you
people.
need to be on the panel.
No, it requires too much friendliness, and I feel like nobody want to hear the truth, and nobody really want to see a real debate. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Nobody really want to see a real debate. Y'all want to see it, but when that 1 year when we was quiet in there, they didn't like that either.
Yeah, you got
They didn't
chastised.
like that either. And then I seen this too, also too. Shout out to Frozenberg. I fuck
Mm.
with you. Shout out to your network and your podcast. I was
No,
just
folks.
watching this, and I hate narratives. The narrative is that all of us in the room had that same top three. That is not correct.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, I like this conversation.
And
Okay,
he said him and I think his name is Bros.
his brother, bros, yeah, bro.
Okay. Okay, so they were basically implying that it was funny that we had the same top three, but we argued so much on the 15 through 4.
Mm, mm,
Ty Ty had Jazz at 3.
mm.
We all, I believe, had Hustle at 1. We do not talk about no list at all. Literally
Mm.
at all. I was so scared to say my number 3 because I knew I had Jazz. When Wing said Jazz, I was so relieved. Then when I heard, I think Du said Jazz next, I was so relieved because I thought I was gonna be the oddball out. Like y'all gotta I don't like that. His channel too big for him to put that type of narrative out. We do not collaborate on our list like that to be beforehand to whatever. Like to be honest, if I really wanted to make people happy, I could have just picked Jazz. I don't have a shit fucking thing against I have no thing against anybody.
I'm the same way.
And I could tell that they didn't know much about the panel because if you did, you would know that me and Hustle got into it last year.
I know, but I saw it. I lived it. I saw it. I saw the whole
So
thing.
y'all sitting up here acting like we just had some reason to pick her over the other ones, and then they act like we didn't talk about it. We got to number 3. There's still over 3 hours of footage left. What do you
Mm.
mean we didn't talk about the top 3? We talked about them to at an extent because there's 3 hours of footage. I was watching it back today. I was like, damn, what did we talk about after we got QB and Casey out the way?
Mm, mm.
And then after she said Jazz, I said, what the at 3, I'm like, what the hell did we talk about for another 3 hours? That's because we literally went through and we broke it down.
Right.
Why we had a person in this place, what we thought was good about their resume, what we thought was bad about their resume. We talked about the mess ups, the what we thought was like all of it. We talked about all of it. I don't know what those two were talking about, but we did not. I just want to be clear. We did
Right.
not collaborate on our top 3 or our list at all. We did not. I did not pick Hustle for any reason other than I do believe that she deserved it. I only put I put Coffee over Jazz because I feel like she deserved it. I feel like she really fought from a grave. She
Mm,
fought. She
mm.
battled champions. She battled on several different leagues.
On the
Her
road level.
she still had 2 grudge matches that she won. She
Mm.
had 5 main events.
Beat Snake
She
Eyes.
had
Mm. Yeah.
she had all 3 round battles except for one. You
Mm.
can arguably say she won all of her battles.
Mm.
And
Okay.
she, out of her whole resume, she has one 15-second choke against Shuni the rapper, which she was still really good in. And
Including
I feel like that Charlie Clips battle with Jazz is not rewatchable. Just like the
Okay.
twerk one isn't. Just like the twerk one with Coffee isn't.
Right.
I feel like she got a few more rewatchable battles, like her twerk and Nitty. But like Big K, not really too much rewatchable. And I feel like that was kind of like a big one. I feel like that's the one for me that really dropped the ball for Jazz. I
Okay.
feel like she really needed that one. But I feel like Coffee put in a lot of work. She had a lot of battles with a lot of additionals.
Okay.
Main event. She went over there on and kind of had a great fucking battle with the Don't Flop champ.
Yeah.
And
On
it might not
the
mean nothing to us
yeah.
here in America, but over there it meant a lot. And that crowd was going crazy for her.
Mm-hmm.
She went to Canada with Grid and her material is so
Dope,
good.
dope, dope material. Dope,
She had
dope.
a really good year.
Dope.
If you look into her battles, I
Mm.
don't think that any of you will be. It don't just think about the popular ones. Like watch all of her battles. She had a really good year, and it was hard to place them. I don't have one of them smoking the other. The fuck! I just said I had a whole different WOTY in February.
Mm. Who
Whole
you
different.
have?
I'm not saying. I'll tell you off camera. I'm not
So,
saying.
so let me ask you this: how do you feel about this? Is there a disconnect or popularity contest in the sense of this? When we talk about performance of the year, round of the year, and battle of the year, right? Jazz won all those awards. I want to make sure I say this. That is out of your hands, right?
That's out of our hands, yeah.
That's so. Let me
The
try.
only one we picked this year was Rookie of the Year. We picked it.
Right, Rockley. Shout out to Rockley for getting that. Make sure I purpose that. Shout out to Rockley again. So the fact, if you're Jazz and you see that you won these categories and you're number 3, do you feel away? Because that's the conversation. Like,
I
how
hope
is
not,
Jazz winning the
because
award?
Jazz is a logical lady,
Mm-hmm.
and Jazz gotta know that she popular.
It's
You know,
popular,
it's
yeah.
kind of like it's not a bad thing. It's a
Right,
good
right,
thing.
right,
She campaigned because let me tell you that she won the fan vote. I think she had the top donor. All she needed was 2 people on the panel to agree that she won, and she would have won. So campaigning is
right.
definitely the move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Campaigning is definitely the move. And 4 of us could have voted for Hustle, and Hustle would have still lost with 2 people voting for Jazz.
Okay, I got you. I got
Yes.
you. I got you. I
Yep.
got
That's
you.
all it would have took. So it's not, no, I think that what Jazz did, and I actually feel bad for having her at 3 with all the campaign that she did, because I love that. And it to me
Yes.
was very helpful to the funds. You know what I'm saying? It was just very helpful. Everybody in the culture who shared it, all of the ladies who campaigned for themselves for like a specialty award or for WOTY, like I was just so happy to see y'all sharing that link, because I don't feel like we see that so much. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to
Appreciate it.
Jazz
I'm
for
sure that.
really like putting that work in. I was seeing
Right.
that link on the timeline from her all the time, and I appreciate her for really doing that.
As a battle rap fan, do you think the fans got it right with performance of the year?
No, I had somebody
I got
else.
Shuni. I had Shuni.
I would have had a performance of the year, individual performance of the
Look,
year.
either Shuni over Suge or Hustle over Shuni. I think that's the ones I would have had, right?
I would have had Tay Rock and Hustle
Okay.
as my
Hustle. Okay.
the Shuni battle.
Okay. Okay. And round of the year? Against Rum?
Round of the year against Rum. I'm not mad at that because that hold on, wait, hold on.
Yes,
Because I
yes.
got
Talk
my
to me.
notes right here.
I could be.
I got my notes right here. I had Hustle down for first round of the year against Tay Rock. Her first I had her down for round of the year. And mind you, these were all nominated. So I wrote this down before I seen the survey, and I asked Jay Black, like, hey, can you send me the who was nominated just
Right.
so I can see? And the ones I have on here was already on the list. So I had her down for contender for first round against Rock, first
Okay.
round against My Verse, first round against ours,
Mm.
first round against Shuni, and I had her with Battle of the Year contender for Eunice. And with Jazz, I had her with Twerk as the Performance of the Year contender. And for Jazz, I had her third round for Round of the Year contender with Twerk. And then I had her Nitty first round of the year contender. And then
Battle of the year.
Coffee, Coffee, I had her down for round of the year contender for her second for Snake Eyes.
Okay.
My battle of the year,
Yes. Yeah. I
my
want to
battle of the year honestly was KCJ in my verse.
KCJ in my verse. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you: do you think Tony Blanco and Chirac should have got more love? Storyline, drama. I didn't even think the battle was gonna be that fucking good, Lo. I'm gonna keep
It
it
was
real.
a really good
What was
battle.
the battle?
I feel like I think that during the time that it happened, it did get love. I'm sorry if it felt like it didn't get love on the panel that it should have got.
Right.
I think that the battle of the years though that we kind of got are hefty. So it's not like they left out of the conversation like on purpose. It's just like we really thinking about uh you know what I'm saying, Hustle
Mhm.
versus Shuni, or you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying, Twerk versus um Tay Rock, excuse me. Hustle versus Tay Rock. We thinking about Twerk versus Jazz. Like
Yeah.
those is so heavy
Mhm.
type battles that it's like it's not that y'all's got forgotten. It's just it's so heavy already. You know what I'm saying?
How
So
how one person on this list I was happy for because I think this was the first time that made the WOTY list at 4 QB, right?
I think this is QB's first
Our
year.
first time. Wow, about time QB. Damn shit. At
I'm
number
very
4. Yeah,
happy
I
for
was happy
her.
for QB. I was happy for QB at number 4, man.
She worked so hard. She worked hard. She had a really good year. I'm very proud of her.
Mm-hmm. Um, did you see about Big Case comments? You see about that?
Yeah.
How why is it that personal with him though? Like, why I gotta go in that bag? Like, that a little bit distasteful, I thought though. But neither here
He
nor there.
have a way about doing that. I don't know. I think that people that's close to him should tell him about that. Sometimes he pause in advance. He rides like this fine line on distasteful. Whereas I get this battle rap, but it's still like I don't know. I feel like if AIDS is better than the WOTY panel, to him, that says a lot about him, like in general. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him for winning Cody. I definitely donated. You know what I'm saying? I even donated to the stream when he won. So for him to say that's kind of whack, but
Yeah, that was right. That was right.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we got to be careful who we support in the culture for reasons like that.
Absolutely. Also, what you ladies did is now I feel that you guys birthed Hustle and Jazz now.
I think we did.
Absolutely, you ladies. That's a
I think
fact.
we did.
Y'all birthed that shit. That's all of y'all right there.
I'm lit about
Jazz,
that. I
Jazz
never
was
thought
like,
we'd see it.
Lo, you watch everything. I felt like Jazz was like, I don't want to battle. Hustle wanted smoke. She wanted smoke.
She
It's not
been
like
one
Jazz
smoke.
didn't want smoke. She's like, I don't want the battle.
I was one of those people saying that I'm like, I don't think Jazz need to do it, but I'm gonna be honest.
I disagree. She had to. I feel she
I'm
had
gonna be honest.
to. Right?
I'm not saying my opinion changed because Jazz,
Okay.
baby, you ain't gotta do it. It's still dangerous, baby. But I do feel like if anybody earned a rematch when they didn't do so well in the first one, I feel like on competitive spirit, if Jazz wanted to be in her competitive bag, Hustle deserved that. Like she really been cooking, like just so they can have that kind of like duke it out, kind of like feel or whatever, just for being both great, being at the height of their career type. Like I don't know, they both doing so well right now. I think it would be exciting for the fans, but I still don't feel like Jazz needed. And I do still feel like I want Hustle to get it, but I just feel like if I'm Jazz, that's dangerous. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful. So as long as she go in there clipped up, we gonna get a classic. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because I believe Hustle gonna be 100%, and I believe Jazz gonna be 100%. Anybody doubting Jazz already make Jazz 1,000 times better, but it's a dangerous battle for somebody already at the top of their game.
Lo, you are a very, very intelligent woman. I'm gonna tell you this
Thank
as
you.
a homie. We need you on the panel. And when you got people who you had discrepancies with, still want you on the panel. Hear me out, sis. I told you again, Shuni made it clear, even though y'all had y'all back and forth, she still wants you on the panel. I saw Hustle tweet you after you unblocked her, and she do pleasantries your way. I just want you to
Yeah,
think
shout out to
logically, all right? Think logically real quick before you make a rash decision. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like if they think that somebody can do better than what I've done the last 4 years, I would like them to prove themselves right. I want people to be happy. Like if I feel like it was a lot of people happy with me on the panel fighting for some things that some fans like, you know what I'm saying, feel like is important. But it was people who didn't. So it's like if y'all gonna slander me for how I talk, for having an opinion that's not so uh friendly to say out loud. You know, y'all want the panel to be friendly. Y'all want us to be your friend. And that's why I don't like to mix and mingle way too much. And the people that I do mix and mingle with appreciate where I have them on the list. Even though I have me and Lady Caution cool. That's one
right,
battle rapper I'm
right,
cool with. I had her at 14. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not punching for her to be way higher in the list.
right.
I retweeted all their campaigns. I'm very fair on the timeline. I'm very fair in general.
Danny Myers is my guy. I said, bro, you lost to my verse, bro. I tell you, you lost to my
BJ,
verse. You my guy.
sometimes you just
You lost
tell
to
the
my verse.
truth.
You
There's
lost
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sometimes us just telling the truth. And I can understand this, and I will take full responsibility that how I talked about Shuni on the panel to her, because I only care about her opinion. I really don't give a fuck what none of the rest of y'all think at all. I only care about Shuni feeling because when I go up there, my goal is never to offend a battle rapper. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all whole ass fans' feelings. And I just want to be fucking clear about that. I don't give a fuck.
I love Lola.
But because I do feel like I was telling what I felt like was a fact. I do know I did feel like I explained what choke was. It doesn't necessarily mean you fully choked. It just means I was using that as an example of not clean performance, but I do understand how some people got that misconstrued. But if Shuni was offended and is offended by the way that I talked about her to Josh, because I was
Right,
only talking about her to Josh. I was
right.
not just talking negatively about Shuni. And I was just combating another person having a debate. I do apologize to Shuni for offending her because I have always loved Shuni, but I also respect myself enough to tell the truth about what I think is
Absolutely.
important in battle rap. And
Absolutely.
to me, the fundamentals are writing and remembering material and remembering your raps. That's to me the biggest thing. And if we keep losing these recipes, before we know it, we just really letting anything happen.
I think you should be on a Cody list also.
Hmm?
I think you should be on the Cody list also. You should do the Cody panel also. Yeah, we keep it
Listen, baby. I feel like listen, and I'm not gonna say I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I know that I'm not. I know I talked over people, or whatever the case. Like I'm not saying I was perfect, but I made sense on a lot of the shit I said, and I feel like instead of motherfuckers just being so mad at me, like nigga, acknowledge that I said shit that's, you know what I'm saying, like valid. Y'all as a fan, like, and for me, it's crazy to see fans sit there and act like it's okay for any of your battle rappers that you're watching on a regular basis or even casually to be out there messing up.
Me and Chess are real cool, right?
The homie.
I let little bro know all the time, bro. That's not cool. I can't.
Bro, it's a few of them, and every single time I rarely even predict Shuni to lose, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I speak highly of Shuni majority of the time. I love Shuni. When they asked, we did a show together, and EK asked us who was like the icon in women's fashion for like the ladies, and I was getting ready to say Shuni before Shuni said Shuni. I'm like, it's Shuni. I love Shuni. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, the only thing I regret is that after the panel, I didn't really get a chance to explain to her in a calm way that my comments isn't aggression toward her. It wasn't meant to offend her. It was meant to debate with Josh, old shady comment having ass. And I love him. But you know, he was calm and was reading. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said in the first year. I just was loud and was reading. But you know,
Yo,
I had a great time still.
Who orchestrated the seating? Because the seating arrangements was everything. It felt like you and Tata was on the same page for the majority of the show.
I got there last, and when I walked in, I set my laptop on so I could go back outside. And when I walked back in, we was all kind of just picked a spot. Like nobody said anything. We know where Rita's gonna kind of sit every year, and do is kind of always on that side of her for the most part. Like I kind of always pick the same side of the table. But like I don't know, me and Tai Tai always tend to have at least a few points where we punching together though. I be appreciating that.
Was cursing. She was cursing. I was like, whoa.
And she don't never really curse. She might yell, but she don't never really curse. I felt like I rubbed off on Tai Tai. I was like, damn, I rubbed off on Tai Tai. She up here cussing, Lord, please.
You know what's funny? It was one time, right? You try to get your point across. She tried to hand you the mic and everything when you get the mic so you can talk and everything.
I love Tai Tai.
You are needed, sister. I'm telling you, just cut the stick. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, let's just, I know it's stressful.
Listen, I at least want a year where they can have somebody, you know, there's a few names that I've been hearing a lot, and hopefully those ladies that they've been saying their names, that they want to do it, number one, because not everybody want to do this, and that they get the opportunity because, you know, and good luck to them.
One of them could do it, but she is dicey because I think she had a lot of two in relationships, respectfully.
There's two of them that I feel like have too many relationships, and there's one of them that I feel like you know, people are split between on how they feel about them. But I've been hearing all three of their names a lot, and I hope they want to do it, and I hope that they get the opportunity, and if they do, good luck to them on doing it. I just want the fans to see, I want the battlers to see that if they're gonna be happy or not without me there. Like I'd rather give y'all what y'all want, because like I don't want to be the controversial one, because I'm not afraid to say certain stuff.
That's
you know what
why
I'm saying?
You need to be on there.
Yeah, but everybody that's not for everybody. Like everybody I'm not Tony Bro. Shout out to Tony Bro. You know what I'm saying? In a debate, a heated debate, I'm never gonna be Tony Bro. I'm gonna be Lola from Detroit badly. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be how we talking, and how I can better explain certain things to you.
Yes.
I can be Lola Bro right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna be Tony Bro in the middle of a heated argument. If y'all think that I am, and y'all can't accept that just because me and him in there are yelling, or me and doing there yelling, mean that we don't go outside during intermission and chit chat it all the way up. Like y'all keep trying to cause issues, even if dude is making little side faces or whatever. So what? We having a debate.
Happens.
She's reacting to what I'm saying. She doesn't have a problem with Lola. She had a problem with an opinion. I hate when y'all keep trying to make narratives out of things. We didn't collaborate on our list. We don't have a real issue. Me and Josh is still very fucking cool. I do not and never ever have had an issue with Shuni the rapper or any of these ladies. I love them all. I respect what they do. And I feel like, as a fan who's been watching battle rap for 10 years and understand battle rap, I should have I can break this shit down. I can break down battle rap. I've been here long enough. So I don't know. I feel like y'all got somebody else do it better. Do it better. Get somebody else to do it.
I'd rather be on there, boo. I ain't gonna hold you. Can you and Sarah Khan have a conversation?
No, because she tried to threaten me. I don't like that. It was no point in her putting on the if Lola was talking to me like this, I would do this. Like, first of all, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm not even talking to you or about you. You don't have no reason to be saying you're gonna do anything to me if you was there or not. That was
Right.
so unnecessary to have over, bro. I literally sent them to myself over 20 tweets about me. It's ridiculous. Then getting in the space to talk about me some more is ridiculous. Like, if you got an issue, baby girl, all you got to do is say it. You don't got to be on the timeline doing all that, trying to encourage people to not fucking like me because
I don't
you
want
didn't.
that part. That's the part I don't like. That's the part.
No, you trying to encourage, like, you intimidated by,
Right.
you are intimidated by how I talk. Josh wasn't intimidated by how I talk. Do Rita, Wing, Tati, Tai Tai, fucking friends, J Black, they wasn't offended by how I talked. You were. That's a you problem. Because I wasn't even talking about you. Shuni is a different problem. And that was a whole other thing that I apologize for, if that because of I care about her feelings. Because I was talking about her. I don't give a fuck about nobody else's feelings. And you being on the comments in the text saying I'm not gonna talk, I would never talk to you. Bitch, what the fuck?
Oh, we have to talk though, man. Squash that.
I don't like that type of shit because I would never sit on the I don't care who was on the panel arguing their heart out. I would never be like in public 1,000 times, basically lightweight threatening somebody. Like, no, like it should have never been that serious for you to lightweight try to threaten me when I wasn't even talking about you. Like, the fuck? No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk at all. Because then even after that, like, you want to still keep on talking, trying to act like I got Twitter fingers. Like, no, this is the only way I can talk to you. And this is what I seen after I get to watch, after I didn't argue with Shuni and to me on total accident. Now I gotta sit here and you read all your tweets that you was hours tweeting about me. No, fuck her. And I mean that shit. And I'm not one of them forgive and forget. Like, no, you talked a whole lot of shit that you didn't have to talk, and you tried to threaten me because you are intimidated by my demeanor. That don't have shit to do with me. That has something to do with you. Because, like I said, nobody in that room was offended by my demeanor because we all had a fucking blast. The fuck?
I ain't gonna lie, Detroit was backing you up so heavy, it wasn't even funny.
Shout out to my city.
I done see so many Detroit niggas hit me up.
Shout out to my city. I seen Marv say, Lola Lola talking like she from the east side of Detroit. They know I'm from that east side.
New Western Shore, you hella love though.
They know I'm from that east side. Stop it.
Lo, please just contemplate on that, Lo, because you need it. You need it, sweetheart. You are a person like you. You are needed, man. You need it, boo. I'm telling you, you just are. We need someone like you that's gonna give it to you the raw. Tone down a little bit, just a little tone down a little bit, though, baby. That's all. But after all, you Gucci. You Gucci after that, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, that just I like to be myself. When people come over on the New Era podcast, they know that sometimes I'm a yell, and they gonna be okay with that because they understand my personality. And y'all too harsh, y'all get offended too easily, and y'all really only want y'all friends up there to I'm not friends with enough battle rappers. I don't rub shoulders with enough battle rappers. I don't dick suck enough. So if I give my opinion, even if I've showed you love 1 billion times, you get people get offended. And I don't want to argue with battle rappers. Like, I don't like arguing, bro. That's why I leave the space. I left the space last year when me and Hustle got to arguing for a few minutes. I said, bro, I'm out of there. I'm out of here. I'm not about to argue with you.
I'm not arguing, nigga. Me easy got.
I don't want to argue with you guys. Like, I don't like arguing. I don't like back and forth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then Shuni's so mad. She in my mentions like, is it a problem? You want to fight? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she did say something nice afterward, and I understand it was in the moment, so I'm not holding it against her or whatever. But I don't want to have them type of interactions with battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? If what I say and how I feel about your year could possibly offend you, and now we arguing, I would never want that. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching some of these people the majority of my adult life, and it's like, I never imagined us having a real argument.
Listen,
like,
people can say whatever. People can say whatever they want to say about Averb, right? I can tell Averb straight up when Don Philly lost a battle. He don't give a fuck. I got Verb losing to Mickey Fax, Ill Will, and that's my nigga, and that's my guy. He don't give a fuck. Other niggas, man, Lola, let me tell you, bro.
And some
Shoot,
people
I am
it could be your delivery. Like I feel like
that.
in this case with Shuni, I'm gonna be honest, I do feel like a big amount of how she
Mhm.
felt because like I said, I only give a fuck about how Shuni felt.
Right. You're a real one for that.
Uh she my delivery and was a lot for her, but I don't think she realized that her name was brung up by someone else at least 2 times before I made that petty comment that I'm taking full responsibility of making a
Mhm.
petty comment. Um somebody else was arguing her with another person. So she
Right.
kept hearing my same argument over and over again. I wasn't always bringing her up. I watched it back. I wasn't always bringing her up, but I did bring her up in a petty moment, and I do apologize about her to her because she was definitely right about that.
Okay.
And it wasn't in no offense. I was trying to be fucking petty to Josh. He get on my fucking nerves. I love Josh though. He was a great addition to the panel. He really was.
Lo, you gotta understand something. You're a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You come a lot of spunk and you come with knowledge. So we want to see that. We need to see on the screen though. You know what I mean? Lo, I appreciate you, but please think about it, please. Please. Think about it. Think about it. I can
I
see your
think
face.
it's
I can see your face though. You done. Yo, you look so done, Lo. I ain't even gonna hold you.
yeah,
You like
that
you had a
shit had
conversation
me.
with yourself, and you was like, "Man, fuck this shit." Yo.
That Shuni argument really did it for me. And then going and seeing that comment about my kid on OTFMZ,
But
that shit too.
Isn't Josh in a part of that?
Yeah, they deleted the person. They couldn't find the comment, but they did delete the person. And I thank them for that.
Somebody made a comment on TMZ.
On
That's what they.
TMC,
Oh,
yeah, on a post about me and shit. So,
y'all niggas are
but
so.
they deleted it. They did delete it. They deleted it from.
I get on Josh. Not at all. I'm not getting off TMZ. Shout out to them. The person
Yeah,
that made that comment is what I'm talking to. Like, come on,
yeah.
bro. That's
That's what I'm saying. Like, if y'all don't like me that much, if y'all think that somebody else can do the panel better, I want somebody else that had the opportunity to be able to, you know what I'm saying, do the panel better. I want the fans to be happy, which y'all ain't gonna never be happy.
you know,
But if
yeah.
y'all not happy with me and y'all think that that's you know what I'm saying, somebody else gonna do this shit better and gonna research the way I research and be organized the way I am, like this shit don't pay me nothing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I get when I go out to Philly is hospitality from Jay Black, and shout out to him because he's been very hospitable the
Mm,
entire time that I've, you know what I'm saying, been
right.
doing this. Also, uh, Rita and Anwar. Anwar is very accommodating a lot of the times when I go out to Philly, you know.
Mm.
But I don't get no money. Ain't nobody paying for my flight. I drove 7 hours there, 7 hours back this time because the tickets would have been $400 one way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Yeah.
I don't get nothing for this, but to argue with some of my favorite battle rappers and for them to be mad at me by my opinion when I
Yeah.
can keep my
I've been
opinion in
there.
a group chat.
Yeah, I've been there. Trust me. I've had
Yeah,
arguments in
I
there
keep my
for
opinion in the
years.
group chat.
For real. And you know what's funny though? What we do, predictions or even break down bars, niggas be in their feelings. You can say a nigga lost a battle. You don't gotta sound malicious, and they still will get at you. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen, man. It's the wild.
Yeah, it is. You know, sometimes, and I can understand like I can be critiqued sometimes. I just don't like I ain't care that if Sarah Connor ain't like however, what I said. That's
Right.
not the issue. It's you acting like you gonna put hands on me or would have put your hands on me or lightweight kind of trying to threaten me. Like,
Right.
no, I don't like that type of stuff. You don't gotta like my opinion at all. You know what I'm saying? You could say whatever. I've been reading a lot of opinions about how
Stop
people felt
doing that.
about
Stop
me.
doing that. Stop doing that.
No,
Stop doing
but you don't see me crashing out. You don't see me acting no fool behind every comment. You
that.
don't see me doing it. I let people have their opinion because I'm gonna be who I am. But
Right. Not in the
that
comments, man.
particular amount of stuff, that shit pissed me off. Over 20 tweets from one person about little old me.
Ain't no little you part of the culture. Ain't no little old you there. We're not doing that. You've been
Little old me. They
there for a
shouldn't have
long
been
time.
that deep.
You've been
The
there for a
only
long
person that should have had
time.
20 tweets about me should have been Shuni.
Right.
And I apologize to Shuni if I offended her because like I said one more time,
Mhm.
I was just arguing. And when I argue, I could get a little loud.
I'm the same way. I'm the
And I
same
could
way.
just say things very and not with the couth. That you know what I'm saying?
You're serious Jones butthead. Trust me, I know. It can get ugly.
So it was not any type of disdain toward that woman. I love her. I think she is very talented.
Right.
If she can get through her shit, she good. But I do think she needs to work on that because you
Absolutely.
disappointing your fans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lo, I appreciate you, love.
Thank you. I really had to get that little stuff off my chest. I'm gonna go back in my cave and I'm gonna mind my business for the rest of 2024.
All right. Hey, listen. Anytime I would love for you to come back on the show, talk battle rap with you, man. I love chopping up with people like you, man. I appreciate you, Lo.
I appreciate you, so thank you very much.
Peace and love.